Hi everyone. Today's podcast questions are all pretty serious and in my opinion they need to be treated with the respect and consideration they deserve by both Nanny Elizabeth and Nanny Lee, who are here with myself at the moment. So Nanny Lee, do you want to read the questions out?
Okay. So the first question is, should I tell my wife?
Well, what do you think, Nanny Lee?
Depends, if everyone's situation's different, really.
Nanny Elizabeth?
It's a difficult one.
It is a difficult one. I think you've got to assess the situation, and it's all about knowing your partner, isn't it? And how you think you'll react.
Well, I have pretty strong views on this, so this is what I think. I think you've got to ask yourself two questions. Firstly, are you telling her because you feel that it's something she will accept and that you can share together, and you're never going to see another nanny or a mummy, or you're going to ask her permission if you can? Or are you telling her to make yourself feel better because you're feeling guilty? And if it's the latter rather than the former, then I think you've got to think to yourself, are you going to destroy your wife's happiness, your family? Will it break up your home? Will it affect your children, if you have any? And I have seen lots of people who have told their wives and they hadn't given it the consideration. Firstly, would their wife accept it? If it was me, I would always try to have a very vague conversation about adult baby fetish or lifestyle first. See how she comes across. Is she a staunch, oh my God, I think it's terrible, or yeah, I can understand that's the way people feel? And at that point, maybe you could judge whether it was worth going forward. But what I normally say is, don't destroy your family for your own feelings of guilt, and assess your own situation. That's the only thing that I can say.
Well said. Okay, so second one. Is it wrong to see several mummies or mistresses at the same time?
Nanny Lee?
No. Not really. I think as long as you're not... I don't know. No, I'll just go with no.
I think it depends on how committed you are to a single mummy or mistress, and sort of the requirements. Because I see a lot of online mummies and mistresses who get very territorial, but if they're not territorial over you, then you're a free person. You should be able to do exactly what you want. But if you've come to an agreement and you're their sort of collared sub or whatever you want to describe yourself as,
Yeah.
you should be a bit more loyal.
What do I think about that? I think if you're in a committed long-term relationship with your mummy, your nanny, your mistress, then if you do feel you want to go and see another lady, you should ask her permission. If, however, it's just a casual, you go and see her once every few months and you want to go and see another lady once every few months, then do so. I think, like marriages and any relationship, there are different levels of commitment, and you've got to remember, if your mistress feels you're committed to her and, she gives you massive amounts of time to help you with your private life, you can phone her at whatever time you want to phone her and she answers your calls, then show some loyalty. And if you do want to see somebody else, go and ask her and say, look, this is the reason I want to go. I personally, I value loyalty, but having said that, I wouldn't stop anybody going to see, that's Fendi, by the way. I wouldn't stop anybody going to see someone else, but, and I'm going to be really honest now, I wouldn't put 100% of my time into someone that was seeing other ladies, because why should I?
No, I understand that. I think it's a difficult one, that.
It is.
Because, realistically, no.
Yeah. You see, I know, for instance, I have sat up in the middle of the night with someone who's been losing a parent, and they've been devastated and upset, and I've given them my private number, and they've rang me, and I've been there for them when they've been ill, when they've needed help or whatever. That's a different level of relationship. And that's the type of relationship that I have with a lot of our babies. And you have. So that type of baby, I would feel that they were being disloyal.
Yes.
But if it was just a transient baby that sort of came to see me and went to see someone else.
And they tell you that they've been to such and such and such and such. You know that they're not going to settle down. And I know for a fact that there are definitely some babies out there that treat it almost like going to a different restaurant.
Yeah.
And they see a new one and they want to go. So you, at that point, you can't be territorial about it, because there is just babies out there that are...
They're surfers.
Yeah, that's exactly... Nursery surfers. That's That's all they
I
are.
think it's obviously like Tinder mentality.
Yeah. Swipe right or swipe left, whatever it is you're supposed to do. But that's the thing. If you get a baby that wants a mummy, has that commitment, wants that level of care,
you've got to put into it as well, so you expect to get it back.
Yeah, because that's the thing with our babies. Not with all the babies. There's no point in me lying and saying it is, because there are lots of baby surfers. With those babies, I give them the best care, the best attention, the best time at that moment I can probably give them, but that's it. But there are other babies that are very, very, very special. Special babies. That's a different kettle of fish. That's a different relationship.
But I also think it can also expand to online as well, because like Nanny Elizabeth said, you do see a lot of online mummies and nannies and mistresses being territorial over them. And I think at that point, if you've never met someone and you've just chatted to them online...
Well, that's not a real relationship. It's just...
You're going to expect them to essentially just come online, get what they want, and you can't be tender about that.
Of course you can't.
So you just have to treat it with the same way they treat you.
You can't. I mean, look at that tweet I got the other day from Martin. Hi, mistress, it's Martin. Text. Yeah, text. Sorry. Do you remember me? You used to shove needles into me and burn my pubes. Of course, I remembered him, because he used to come regularly until he got into a relationship. And I have been through divorces, bereavements. I've had one baby that's been with me so long. He's been married twice and he's now on his third relationship. So you do. But then again, another guy, he sent me a text and it said, "You're an ugly whatever. Effer." Yeah. Which, that just made me laugh. And people say, "Oh, you should be offended." Why? Why should I be offended?
You can't be tender about it.
No.
You just see it and they say such and such, stay away from But this person, they'll just disappear off Twitter and change the name and come back on. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's just the way it is.
You're not going to...
It depends, because there are different types of babies. There are true lifestyle babies that is all they are, a baby forever. Oh yeah, pass me the microphone because it's a bit far. And then there's people that are just doing it purely as a fetish thing.
Yeah, just to get
who are not committed. It's like come and gone type thing.
Yeah, come and gone.
Yeah, nice exactly. One. Yeah, I know.
Come and gone. Yeah.
But then I will say, on the other hand, you do meet people on Twitter that are serious about it.
Yeah, of course you do.
So you just have to take everything with a pinch of salt.
You do. You have to be able to sort the wheat from the chaff.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Because if you get a baby who needs that extra level of love and attention.
You do expect the extra level of loyalty from them.
Exactly, that's what you give. If you get the nursery surfer, so there you go. That's the way it is. It's just life.
How much money should I be prepared to pay to visit a lady?
Okay. These are my thoughts. Firstly, it shouldn't affect your family's finances. It shouldn't affect the things your wife and children need if you've got a wife and children. The money that you put into seeing a mistress or a nanny or anybody should always be what you can afford, not an amount of money that causes you hardship, and certainly not an amount of money that causes your family hardship. I don't like all this stuff that I see these days where it's all sort of give me your money, stuff your wife, she doesn't count, she's an ugly cow.
The young Findons on
Yeah, that type of stuff. I don't like that. It just makes me sick, if you really want the truth. Wives, children, your bills, the food that goes on your table, that comes first. Yeah, the roof over your head, your rent, your mortgage, whatever it is you've got to pay. You do that. If you've got money to go and see a mistress, if it's not going to affect you at home, pay what you feel comfortable with, you know, what you can afford. But don't ever be sucked into this vacuum of, I'm worth it, give me this because I deserve it.
Do you know what I would like to know? What are the verification vids?
Oh, verification vids. I'll tell you something else I don't like as well. DM opening.
Oh, and an unblock fee. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the unblock fee.
like that.
Yeah,
I hate that. Because you know what that would make me feel? If I was a guy and forget all these subs and this, that and the other. No matter how many submissives you get, I don't believe there is any submissive out there stupid enough to destroy his own life for a woman that has got no real commitment to him. But I don't like all this, pay me £50 to open my DM. Pay me this to do this.
I've actually seen something going around Twitter. Yeah, thank you for the microphone again. I've seen something going around Twitter. Somebody was sending a message to all of the followers saying, basically, pay me, I'm blocking you. If you don't pay before this date, I'm blocking you, and I'm not going to unblock you unless you pay me.
Well, you know what my thought
But physically sending people messages, not just saying on Twitter, like individually.
My thought to that would have been, well, fucking block me then. Because you're an arse wipe. No, I wouldn't actually wipe my arse with someone that did that. And that's the truth. I just wouldn't. Because, you know, if they're doing that, what is it? It's extortion. That's all it is. Extortion. Next.
Okay. We didn't really answer that though, about how much money should I be prepared to
What
pay.
you can afford.
What you can afford. Okay, that was the roundup of that.
And what doesn't affect your home life.
Yeah, but then I do think that there is, because I didn't really get to say much on that one, I do think that there is some ladies out there that maybe,
Overpriced themselves.
yes,
Absolutely.
think of themselves very highly.
Yeah.
I can see it and I think, oh, that's a lot of money for not a lot of time. But, you know,
It's
fair enough.
It's as though they haven't thought of the fact that the baby, the sissy, the submissive, whatever, has had to earn that money.
No, because people don't care.
It's just like, well, it's just, I want that much and that's it. There's no,
Okay.
like you said, time and value.
We're back down to the loyalty thing. If you've got a mistress or a mummy who is caring, who you have a relationship, my babies that have visited me for a long, long time, if they lose their job, I don't go, oof, you can't pay me, you're not coming. I still let them come because that's what a real family does. A real family sticks
It's there for the good times and the bad.
the good times and the bad, exactly. So, you know, I don't like that if you can't pay me, fuck off, you're not coming.
When you've got sort of a loyal sort of family dynamic to it, it's literally in sickness and in health.
Exactly.
And in poverty and in wealth. Wealth, I just made that up then.
That was really good.
Jesus Christ, she's a reverend.
Right.
Nanny Elizabeth can be hired out to do your weddings.
Right.
Right, the next one. Why is there so much bitching on Twitter? I get sick of it. It ruins it for me to see it all.
Okay. Don't know. I think, okay, this is my truthful opinion then. When I first started being a mistress, which was for my own personal reasons, there were some mistresses. Not massive amount of mistresses, but some. They were all professional, experienced ladies. And then all of a sudden the world went crazy. And everybody thought they could be a mistress.
Internet.
The internet, yeah. You know, you've got young girls that know nothing about domination, they're mistresses. You've got girls that are going to college, they're Findom with cash point meetups. You've got...
Which is dangerous, by the way, for everybody.
Oh my God.
It is dangerous.
Really dangerous.
Yeah. You've also got everybody now can be a mummy or a nanny. You know, it doesn't matter that they don't have the equipment or the wherewithal or the mental strategies.
Just an email address.
Email address?
Nowadays.
Yeah, well, it is.
No, actually, it's just a Twitter account.
Yeah, but you need or a phone number. Sorry, because Twitter do ask for one.
When I first started, there was Mummy Hazel. Mm-hmm. There was a lady in Bournemouth. Mm-hmm. I've always done this. There wasn't a massive amount of mummies and nannies because it was very underground. It was not an accepted or understood need or fetish. Now
they're popping up 10 a penny.
Yeah, because everybody thinks it's a way to make money, and you don't make money. If you do this properly, you never make money.
I literally see so many profiles on Twitter with just a body hiding behind a storybook or something, obscuring the face. So I can understand people not having the face out there, but there is literally nothing else except one picture that quite possibly could have been stolen from somewhere else. And they say, I'm an online mummy, here's my Amazon wish list, please send me money via Cash App, is it, or something? Or tribute me, and there we go.
But that's all it is.
Yeah, but this was
only ever about the money.
We're getting away from the question of why is the bitching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I think there's so many people
doing it. That's what.
to do it.
Right.
So they just get aggressive with each other and start being horrible.
Yeah, they're like piranhas in a tank.
Yeah.
One little piece of meat, and they're all on it. And that's what I see now. Every single person wants to be a mummy, wants to be a nanny, wants to be a mistress, wants to be this, wants to be that, because they all think it's an easy way to make money. And if you're doing it right, it's not an easy way to make money. You don't make money because you're ploughing it back in all the time. Equipment, time, effort, etc. So the bitching is just, I think, in a lot of times it's jealousy, it's greed, insecurity.
It's insecurity that they feel they need to put another mummy or nanny down to make themselves feel good and look better towards the person that's looking at the profile. That's what it is.
Yeah, but do you know what? I can't be asked. Mm-hmm. My thoughts are this. If somebody wants to visit me or us, super duper. If they don't, super duper. I'm not going to stand there and go, oh, well, you know, this one is this one is that. I haven't got the time. I'm not interested. So I just think it's just stupidity.
You get it everywhere.
Yeah, I think this actually leads into the next question.
Yeah, the next question.
I'm reading it this time.
Oh.
How do you feel about mistresses or nannies poaching other ladies' babies, etc.?
Okay. All right.
Just be brutally honest, because
No, but if you
consider beating around the bush, and I can see it on your face.
Yeah, the problem is because we've had certain things happen to us in the past, and we can't name names because then that would consider us being bitching. But it's a sore point.
Yeah, it is a sore point. Okay, we
have experienced
have
this
it, yeah.
firsthand.
We've experienced people contacting babies, not always our babies, saying, block this person, she's a bitch, she did this to me, she did that, and we didn't do any of it. We've also had someone who was trying to specialise in sissies contacting our sissies and saying, come and visit us, we're better, do this, do this. We had a sissy ask us, would I mind if he went to a sissy event that was being organised? And I said, no, if you want to go, do it.
Which also leads back to the first question: do you mind people
Yeah,
visiting
I mean, he
others,
was nice enough to ask, and I'm not going to say no. He went to the event. As it happens, he didn't enjoy it. It wasn't all it was cracked up
I
to
think he had
be.
nowhere to sleep.
Yet he
I think he
paid.
ended up sleeping on the floor or something.
He paid for accommodation and didn't get it.
That's nice, isn't it?
And he said it was crap. And he was very disappointed. So that was that. Nothing else was said until the next event. And then the emailed barrage started.
Was hounded.
He was hounded, he was bullied, he was told to book for the event, and he didn't want to go. He didn't want to go, and he felt as though he was being bullied. So I think, again, it's down to desperate greed for money.
Yeah.
People are desperate for money, and they treat this and babies and sissies like cash cows. They're swinging on the rudders, trying to milk out every penny they can.
And then when the udder's run dry, it's just like, bye, don't want to know you, never spoke to you before, don't like you.
That's it. That's the thing.
They have no thought or feeling for the actual person.
No, they've not. They're just a cash cow. Nanny Lee, your thoughts?
I think it's disrespectful. And I think if you have to go in and slide into someone else's DMs where they may say in the bio, with such and such, or mummy something.
Yeah.
I think the fact that the woman has to do that, she's got no morals, she's got no respect for the other woman, and I think it's disgusting.
Well, look at that new thing. What's it called? Mistress crushing.
And I think if you allow it,
there's a thing out now where it's
dom wrecking.
dom wrecking.
Yeah, we talked about it in a couple of podcasts.
Yeah, dom
as well.
wrecking. That's terrible. Absolutely.
And I think if you have a baby, well, look at that baby sissy that was visiting
Another lady.
another nanny. We'll call Sissy M. We'll call him. He started chatting to me, wanting to be trained by us, but he had an appointment with another nanny. Doesn't like us at all. And he said to me, when I explained to him, because he said, I'm going to see such and such, and I went, oh, well, I don't think you should be talking to me then because she won't like it. He said, well, if it upsets you, I'll cancel my appointment with her.
And we said no.
And I went, not a chance, because you don't do that to someone. He was going the next day, and he wanted to visit us, and I would.
It's just.
And if
it's like unwritten rules.
Yeah, it is an unwritten rule that you have to have respect. And if I had been the type of person that had gone, oh yes, cancel to make me feel better, that's just disgusting on my part.
Well, look at me. I've upset a few babies this week. Not many, a handful, because we are now going to offer, because of everything that's happened with COVID, and because I've had lots of people contact me over the last couple of years saying that they feel lost and alone and they've no one to reach out to, and their babies, and they feel weird. Some people have actually said they feel weird, and though there's not many babies out there, and there are, I've actually said that yes, our online nursery is open. All you've got to do is apply to it. And that's my dogs, if you can hear them barking. And the only proviso I have is that you are not in a committed relationship with another mistress or another nanny or another mummy. And one or two people have contacted me and said, yes, I do have a mummy, blah, 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 but I want to be part of your online nursery. And I've just said no, because that's not right. if you've got a mummy or a nanny, I'm not coming in and stepping on anybody's toes.
Yeah, I just think it's not nice.
Well,
It is an unwritten rule. It's an unwritten rule that you don't do that.
Well, I got.
You wouldn't, as a woman, you wouldn't go and actively steal someone's husband, would you?
I don't know. I reckon some of them would.
So you wouldn't, as a nanny or a mummy, you wouldn't Okay. As another mother or nanny, would you go and steal someone's baby from that pram?
Would I? Balls.
Well, there you go then. That's the way you have to look at it. Why would you go and steal someone's baby from them? Because they're adults.
Because I sent that email and said, look, you've got a mummy, don't.
He wasn't happy.
He wasn't happy,
I know.
and he sent me a message. Have a nice life.
I know,
well,
but
I don't want to upset somebody because, that baby's welcome to the nursery if in the future his relationship with his mummy breaks down. But right now, right now, I have the utmost respect for that lady.
Mm-hmm. Like the other one that said I was in chastity to someone, but I'm going to ask her.
Yes.
That's what you can understand because, it goes
well,
back
no,
to the
what he
beginning.
said was he was in chastity with a mistress, not a mummy,
that's different.
and that she didn't really do babies. She was more into BDSM and that type of thing. So, yeah, I get that. And I admire him.
Yeah.
For the honesty.
For the honesty.
You can't knock that. That's what I mean.
Yeah. That gave him massive brownie points in my eyes.
But I do think that's the way, as a mummy or a nanny or a woman online that is a caregiver that wants to do this, go from the rule of, if you wouldn't steal someone's baby in real life, don't steal them online.
Okay. What's next?
That's my last word on the matter.
Next question.
This is a good one. Is it okay if sissies and babies look at other naughty ladies in films, etc., and imagine being them?
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah, I think
that's
perfectly okay.
Of course it is, that one.
Definitely. Let's be honest. For 99% of the sissies I've ever met, if not 100%, it's been a sexual thing. And if you want to look at naughty ladies and feel all excited and put your stockings on and watch a naughty lady film or any type of lady that excites you,
magazines or anything.
yeah, go for it. Nice one, yeah. Go for it, do it. That was an easy question.
Yeah, okay, next one. Are you reading it or am I?
Long-term committed lifestyle relationship.
Is it good to have a long-term... Of course it's good to have a long-term committed lifestyle relationship if you can find a lady to have one with. And again, as long as it doesn't wreck your home life. So that's that one. Nanny Lee?
This is another one about the women on Twitter. We've already covered that. It's the unblocking fee, so we don't like it. And I think that's it, really.
Is it? Let's have a look. Hang on. Oh, right. No, there's one more here. Well, I'll read this one. Blackmail. Do you feel that blackmail is acceptable or dangerous? Okay. Well, I've got lots of experience with this. Blackmail with experienced ladies, as long as you both set limits and boundaries, is fine. Again, if you're going to start giving away all the cash in your bank to some young girl and your wife is going to be struggling to pay the bill at Tesco's, you're a little shit, and I wouldn't let you inside my door. Blackmail can bleed into your own life if it's not handled correctly.
I'm pretty sure you've told a story about this before in a couple of podcasts.
Yeah, about a guy who did get in that situation.
So just go back and listen to that.
But what I would say to you is this: a man with a hard cock can be a man out of control.
It's a disability.
Yeah, it's vulnerable. It's a disability. It's, and an experienced dominatrix, an experienced lady will know to protect you in the moment when you're the most vulnerable, when you're the most excited, just before you orgasm. She's not going to let you overcommit. A young girl who is a greedy cash point meet-up just might allow you to step too far. She might...
I thought you were going with something different then.
What do you mean?
We thought you were going to greedy little slag.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not going to say that. She just might, whip your driving license, take a photocopy of it, and then see you as the cash point that she doesn't get cold
Actually-
or wet in the rain. She just tells you to send her some money. So remember,
Actually, you know what? I would put that as a point. If you're going to visit someone, don't take any personal items.
yeah,
Because you
Absolutely.
don't know their morals, and you don't know
if they go through your pockets.
If they're rummaging through your stuff, it's a difficult one. That
Exactly.
So you have to protect yourself.
If you are going to just pay to these Findom girls that are online and you can't physically meet, you've got no way of going.
Don't give
and
them your real name.
Having a session. Don't give them your real name. Don't give them access to your credit card.
Don't give them your PIN number.
No, you send them some money if you want to, whatever you can afford. Because remember this, a hard cock brings mental instability, and that is why women are far superior, because they don't have a dick.
It's true. Women are superior.
True.
Yeah.
You very rarely see women wanting to do a blackmail fetish.
I wouldn't let somebody blackmail me.
There you go. Because it's different. It's a bit like... women are superior in general.
Of course they are.
Because women also tend to see past the immediate and look at what could happen rather than what is happening.
Yes.
Well, they haven't got a big throbbing boil between the legs, have they?
No.
Going boom, 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 boom.
Do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
then when the boil explodes, they go,
Oh,
fuck.
shit.
Yeah, what have I done? Yeah, of course. So, that's this week's podcast. It was pretty serious, I think.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
if you've got any questions or suggestions for next week's podcast, please contact us by email, or you can do it on our YouTube, or you can tweet, or you can DM, or you can text.
Do you want to give the email address now?
No, you can give the email address, Nanny Elizabeth.
Yes, I did it in the last one. You can do it in this one.
It's adultbabynurserypodcast@gmail.com.
It's also in the description.
So, from me, it's bye-bye.
From me, it's au revoir.
And I'm just going to say goodbye.